Hello and welcome to the Tarkus Zone. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be playing a little bit of Palworld, and I'm right here at the login screen. I'm still on the same server I have been on. It's the Pathfinder server. Right now there's 2 players out of 15 on the server. I'll be the third one on the server here logging in. Now we're just going to do some general gameplay here tonight. Now the server has been busy. We have quite a few players that play. It's just like 2 o'clock in the morning here, so most of the player base for this server, you see that activity, well, a few hours ago. This mostly, I think, East Coasters are on this server. That's the around 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern time. I think 8 or 9 people are on the server at the same time. All right, enough talk about the server. Here we are. This is my base of operations, my general home. Doesn't look like anyone's gimped out. Actually, I've got one of the fire pals that is gimped out. You can see that he's hungry, so just gotta find. And the easiest way is just to pull them out of the workforce, and then drop them back into the workforce. And what I've done is I put my food bucket right here while you drop them in, so they automatically will eat once I've dropped them back into the world, so they're no longer hungry. They do have the depressed debuff, and we'll see if that goes away after they eat. I made another 153 cakes. So if you're familiar with the game and how the breeding happens in the game, you have to go to you got a breeding ranch where you've got to drop 2 pals, female, male pals, into the breeding ranch. And for them to successfully breed an egg, they have to eat or consume a cake. Right now, I've got 934 cakes in my hopper. Now, what's nice about the hopper is they don't degrade or spoil while they're in the hopper, in the breeding hopper. So anytime you make your cakes, throw them directly into your breeding ranch. Now, I haven't bred any pals for probably a week now, only because I've gotten pretty much everything I wanted out of this game up to now. Right now, I am waiting for a patch or an update of some kind to the game. Because right now, I'm 48th level, and I have no incentive to get to 50, or I haven't found a real reason to push myself to 50, because the game content, when I hit 45, just seemed to be generally, I could do anything I wanted at 45. So between 45 and 48, I've pretty much just been kind of walking around waiting for a new update. I've got 750 legendary spears. So basically I've been putting the time in. It's just that the game content got, I would say, it kind of capped out or normalized around level 45. Once I got all the decor I wanted, once I built my main building, once I got my workforce up to 15 pals per pal box, the game just seamlessly became easy mode. So 45 was where I found that to be the fact, that it was like, what am I going to be doing for the next few levels, and what content does the game have at end game content? Now there are a few world bosses that are 50th level world bosses that are very challenging, very fun to fight. But after that, what are you getting? Well, what is the incentive to log on every day, other than making sure your pals are fed and they're not starving? So we're going to pick up the salads here off the bench, and we're going to go to one of my remote locations. I'm going to go to this one over here. This is the one that has my ore. This is my ore field. I think there's like 6 nodes here of ore. And that's all I'm running is Anubises at these remote locations. So I just got to look at the food hopper, make sure they've got food. So they don't have food, so I got to put some food in there. Yeah, they're all hungry. See, they're all hungry. I haven't logged into this game in a few hours today, so I knew they were going to be a little close to needing to be fed. So they're all at the hopper now, eating. Some of them are in the depressed stage. Okay, so let's just look at the box here and see how many ore they've got in the box for me to pick up. So they've got 3,858 ore for me to pick up. So I'm just going to put that in my inventory. There's a whole bunch still laying on the ground. And then I'm just going to gimp my way up to the PAL box so I can quickly teleport to my main base to bring this material. Come on, cookies. And it's the C command for fast travel at the PAL box. And again, we'll just go back over to the main base, and I normally just go to this storage. I probably should put a closer storage in. Sometimes if it's too close to the PAL box, the PALs will get caught up on it. I've found that to be the case. All right, so we're just going to add that to my thing here. Now I got PAL, the end game ignits, or the PAL metal ingots, I guess is the better pronunciation of that, ingots. So right now I could queue up 1,240 of them. Why not? You know, and you use those to make your PAL, your high-end PAL sphere. This one here, the legendary one. It requires the ingots, the PAL metal ingots. It requires cement. Cement's easy to get. It requires the Paldium fragment. I've got 7,000 of those, which I just use a whole boatload of them too to queue up the ingots. I mean, that's this 12. It's got to the point where I've got everything so automated. It's ridiculous mode and how easy the game has become. I'm gonna just queue up salads because there's really no point to feed your minions or your pals anything other than the salads once you get into the salads. Because when you look at what the salads do, if you look at what it would be actually in this hopper, if you look at what the salads do, they give 84 nutrition, but it gives 11 sanity back, and it's easy mode to make them. There is no problem keeping them made once you start running the lettuce fields, the tomato fields, and it's easy mode. So I just queued up 766 of them. And I've only, I haven't played in 8 hours. So in 8 hours time, I've been able to generate enough to make that many. All right, so let's go to the next place, my third PAL box, which is way up here. And this is my coal location. They're sleeping. Oh, I've also got some, cows out right now too, because I wanted to make more cakes. Like I need any more cakes, right? So pick up what they haven't picked up. So if I look at this hopper, this food hopper, it's got 2,000 milk and 1,500 eggs. And I'm not running that. I think I'm running 2 cows here, and I'm running 2 chickens at this location because you need the milk and the eggs to make the cakes so that you can breed. So I'm hoping that when they come up with an update or an add to the game, that there's going to be a PAL that I want to get into breeding, because right now most of my breeding has been the Anubises, so that they could just do most of everything. Like this is basically an Anubis camp. Let me just like the other camp we left that had the ore in it. Right now it's 3 cows, so I don't really need the cows anymore. I don't really need the chickens out anymore. So what I can do is I can just pull down some more Anubises because I've got a whole boatload of them. And we'll just do this workaholic. We'll do diet lover. We'll do Vanguard, diet lover. All right, so that basically I just dropped a few more here. So let's look at this food hopper here. They've got plenty of salad, it looks like. So right now, just in the 8 hours I was offline, I had 3,000 milk and 1,900 eggs. And that was from 3 cows and 2 chickens. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to the storage hopper that's back here. This is where the coal would have come in. Now, when the Anubises are out, they prioritize the milk and the eggs, so they don't do as much of the coal. So we've only got 300 coal. Because what the Anubises do is they do they'll pick up and put things in containers for you, and they do prioritize that production. So what's going to happen now that I remove the cows and the chickens, they will prioritize the coal. Not like I need a whole boatload of coal, because I think I've probably got like 3,000 coal. I mean, I think what it is once I figured out the automation and how important that was to the game. I knew that early on. Automation is always important, but streamlining it, making sure that you're gathering the components that are necessary for endgame, that was what I just needed to figure out, and that was the coal in the ore. So right now, if you look here, I've got 10,000 coal, 15,000 coal already. I got 15,000 coal just sitting in this container here. So that just shows you, I mean, right now, I'm just waiting for an add-on to the game. I mean, I'm at the point where I could just run around and grind world bosses to get to level 50. But to me, it just doesn't seem that, oh, I want to put the milk and eggs here. To me, it just doesn't seem, necessary at this point to cap my level. I don't see an incentive to it. I mean, unless there's something I'm missing, it just seems like I've got everything I really wanted to do out of the game, and I'm just eager for some more content. So in a couple days, I'm going to be playing Nightingale, so I'll do a few videos on Nightingale while I wait for Palworld to update or for more content to be added. So I'm going to be playing both games. I mean, I'm going to be logging into Palworld often, and I'm going to just see what's going on with the community within our server, because we've got a lot of people that play on the server. And I'm also going to be playing Nightingale. All right, well, thank you for joining me, and this has been the Tarkus Zone.